Welcome back to Viral Vault. Forget the usual blockbusters. Tonight we're digging up 10 hidden gem horror movies you probably missed. Psychological nightmares, supernatural terrors, and cult classics hiding in the dark. Let's step into the shadows. Number 10. Separation, 2021. Supernatural thriller dressed as family drama. A mother's ghost, and puppets that never smile.
What are you doing?
Baby is painting. Daddy, where do you think Mommy is now? You must be quiet, or else...
Number 9. Death Whisperer, 2023. Thai supernatural horror. A cursed village. A brother's desperate fight. Directed by Tawiwat Wantha, Death Whisperer, T. Yod, drags you into a rural nightmare where a bloodthirsty spirit takes hold of a child. Nadech Kujimaya stars as Yak, the older brother who returns to his village and must face old rites to save his sister. The film breathes with local folklore, chanting that crawls under the skin, ritual moments that feel uncomfortably real, and shocks that land hard. It keeps tension slow and patient until the ritual breaks, and then the screams cut through everything. I paused it and swore I could still hear the chanting outside my window. For me, it's an 8 out of 10, a modern Thai supernatural thriller that feels both classic and savage. Would you risk everything to save family? The next film asks if survival even matters when the world itself is already dead. Number 8. Carriers, 2009. A pandemic road trip, psychological horror born from survival and betrayal. Alex and David Pastor craft a post-apocalyptic horror that feels too close for comfort. Chris Pine leads as Brian, traveling with friends through a world where infection lurks in every breath. Rules keep them alive: don't touch, don't trust, don't hesitate. But then they meet Frank, dragging his infected daughter to safety, and Mercy starts to rot. This isn't just contagion, it's morality collapsing, one choice at a time. I kept thinking, what would I do? Honestly, I don't like the answer. For me, 8.5 out of 10. Psychological horror painted in dust and regret. And regret echoes loudest in the halls of a convent, where even prayers can't keep out the dead. Number 7. Sister Death, 2023. Post-war Spain, a convent, a novice teacher, and a ghost that doesn't stop whispering. Paco Plaza, creator of Wreck, returns with this gothic supernatural thriller. Aria Bedmar plays Narcissa, a young novice cursed with visions, sent to teach in a convent-turned-school. But the walls bleed secrets. The girls see shadows, and the chapel hides more than holy relics. Some moments drag, others rush, but the dread never leaves. I swear, when the lights flickered in my room, I paused, and almost didn't press play again. It's a 7.5 out of 10, an eerie supernatural thriller with beauty carved from decay. Would you dare stay in that convent overnight? Because next, we move to a house where babysitting turns into blood sacrifice. Number 6. The Babysitter, 2017. She's hot, funny, perfect, except she's a cult killer.
Oh my god, he shot me in the boob! What kind of dick shoots a girl in the boob?
MCG directs this cult classic horror comedy, where Samara Weaving steals the screen as B, the babysitter from hell. Young Cole stays up past bedtime, only to see B murder a man for a satanic ritual. Suddenly, his living room becomes a slasher arena. It's bloody, it's ridiculous, it's hilarious. I laughed, then winced, then laughed again. For me, it's a 7 out of 10, campy cult classic horror done right. Would you survive your babysitter's party? Next, we leave comedy aside, for found footage that cuts much closer to bone. Number 5. Creep, 2014. A Craigslist ad, a dying man's request. Found footage turns into found nightmare. Patrick Bryce directs, with Mark Duplass playing the strangest man you'll ever meet. A videographer accepts a simple job: film a dying man's farewell. But Joseph, the client, isn't dying, he's hunting. Masks, lies, smiles that never touch the eyes. It's awkward, funny, terrifying, all in one breath. I swear I looked over my shoulder while watching. Certain someone stood behind me. It's an 8 out of 10, psychological horror stripped raw, with no escape but the lens. Would you answer that ad? Because the next curse doesn't come from Craigslist, it comes from a shrine. Number 4. Incantation, 2022. Break a taboo, awaken a curse. A found footage folk horror that doesn't forgive. Kevin Ko unleashes a Taiwanese folk horror that grips from the first whisper. Tsai Suan-yen plays Ronan, a mother cursed after desecrating a shrine 6 years earlier. Now she regains custody of her daughter, and the curse follows. Symbols, voices, a broken taboo that stains generations. It's messy at times, but the scares land with vicious precision. I paused to grab water and swore I saw something shift in the corner of my room. For me, it's an 8.5 out of 10. Folk horror delivered through a cursed camera. Would you watch this tape to the end? Because next, we rewind to 1921, where even science bends under ghostly pressure. Number 3. The Awakening, 2011. 1921 London. A skeptic hunts hoaxes, but ghosts hunt her. Nick Murphy directs this chilling supernatural period piece. Rebecca Hall stars as Florence, a writer exposing fake hauntings. Called to a boys' boarding school after a student's death, she arrives armed with science. But shadows move where no one stands. A child's ghost waits at her door. The line between logic and terror dissolves. I froze when she opened the dollhouse. Those tiny figures didn't stay still. For me, a 7.5 out of 10. A supernatural thriller that lingers like a half-remembered dream. Would you keep investigating? The next case isn't optional. It drags a lawyer into a house where children die just by being seen. Number 2. The Woman in Black, 2012. Daniel Radcliffe versus a ghost who kills children with a glance. James Watkins directs this gothic supernatural horror, giving Radcliffe one of his darkest roles. As lawyer Arthur Kipps, he arrives at a decaying mansion to settle affairs. But the villagers already know, the woman in black never forgives. Her wrath isn't just personal. Every child in town is prey. Slow burning dread floods every frame. The rocking chair, the locked nursery, the scream that slices silence. I swear, I muted the film once and still heard breathing. For me, it's a 9 out of 10. Gothic horror at its finest. Would you step inside that house? Because the final film takes us not into a mansion, but into a live broadcast that goes straight to hell. Number 1. Late Night with the Devil, 2023. A live talk show. A Halloween night. Millions watching, as the devil takes the stage.
Good to see you again, Jack.
Lily, return to me.
How could you let it happen, Jack? How could you let it happen?
Please be warned, anyone with young...
Cameron and Colin Cairns craft a supernatural thriller like no other. David Dastmalchian plays Jack Delroy, a desperate talk show host seeking ratings salvation on Halloween, 1977. He invites a parapsychologist and a young girl allegedly possessed. But this isn't entertainment, this is possession. Broadcast live. The longer it goes, the more unhinged Jack becomes. Until the screen itself feels cursed. I swear, static filled my own TV after I hit pause. It's not flawless, the ending rushes, but for me, 8.5 out of 10, a supernatural thriller that feels like found footage ripped from history. Would you keep watching, if evil smiled through the camera? That was ViralVault. Digging up hidden gems horror doesn't want you to find. From cursed villages to haunted houses. From puppets to the devil himself, the shadows are never ending. Tell me, which of these horrors follows you to bedtime?